Welcome to another video on the alternate feature in WinBidPro version 16 by GDS Estimating. You'll often want to use an alternate vertical, which might be an expansion mullion, let's say. So in order to do that, to select specific verticals that need to use that type of mullion, you would want to use the alternate tab, and we want to click Edit. And then the way this program works with its assemblies, there would be another assembly that's needed for that expansion mullion. So if I want to pick the mullions that need to be alternate, so anything that's kind of white here is something you can click on to make it an alternate. So let's say I want to do this vertical and this vertical. Must have missed it. So now the ones that are green are the ones I'm selecting to be alternate. So you'll notice it's currently set to the standard vertical, and if I click the drop down here, I don't see any other assemblies available. So that's the standard vertical assembly, which is drawing the basic frame. Now we have a button here that I can add the new assembly right now. The other option is to go to the elevation tab, click the framing system, go into components, and then add a new vertical assembly. But with that option in the alternate, so I just actually wiped out my selection there, but let me just select those again. With this button here, it'll actually take me right to the specific assembly and create the new assembly window for me. And then all I need to do is change the name a little bit so that when I do click that drop down list, it doesn't show vertical twice and I don't know which one's the regular one, which one's not. So if it's the same profile, then you would leave that. If not, you can change it here. If the glass bite's any different, you can change that. And here's where you'd start entering part numbers needed for that expansion mullion. So I don't really know part numbers offhand. So let's see. Here's expansion mullion. So let's say we need a male and a female expansion mullion, and if I would have remembered the part number, I could have just typed it in, but since I don't, I'm looking it up. So I'm going to pick a female and a male, and then if you need gasket, any types of fasteners or shear blocks or anything like that, those can be added too. If you do know the part numbers, you can just click here and start typing a part number in. And then just pick it from the list, or it'll just give it to you and you click on it. But since I don't really know the part numbers, we're going to leave that the way it is. So basically I've just created an alternate vertical assembly. I'm going to click OK, and now it shows up there, so I'm going to hit save. So it was kind of a shortcut to get to the framing system window and the new assembly screen. And now I guess I need to go back and pick the verticals again. So let's do that. There's the verticals. Now I get to the alternate vertical assembly, and now I can click save. So now in the program, it's by default going to show those alternate verticals in different colors, so that way you know they're different. So, which is good if they're the same exact profile as a standard vertical. So that's the idea behind the alternates with verticals, and it can be an expansion mullion, it could be just a 4-inch vertical, any kind of vertical that's different than your standard vertical. So remember, the first thing we did was create a new assembly. You can either do it under Elevation tab, click Edit Frame System, or in the Alternate tab when we clicked Edit, it let us add an assembly there. And that was after we selected what we want to be adding, basically. So that's a gist of, or the gist of doing an alternate vertical, and we'll do a separate video for corner posts. But it's the same concept, just a little different since you have two different elevations in play. But keep an eye out for that one. Thanks.